the greatest cosmic mystery, look around you. Everything you know, everything you see, touch, and feel makes up just 5% of the universe. The other 95%? It's a ghost, a shadow, a force that shapes galaxies, yet remains completely invisible. Scientists call it dark matter. But what is it? And more importantly, how do we even know it exists if no one has ever seen it? To find out, we need to go back in time to the moment when scientists first realized something was off. Chapter 1: The Missing Mass Problem. It all started in the 1930s. Astronomer Fritz Zwicky was studying a cluster of galaxies called the Coma Cluster. Now, according to physics, galaxies orbiting in a cluster should move at a certain speed, based on how much visible mass is there. But Zwicky noticed something strange. The galaxies were moving way too fast. So fast that based on the laws of gravity, they should have flown apart. But they didn't. Something was holding them together. An invisible force. A hidden mass. And it wasn't just in one galaxy cluster. Scientists started looking elsewhere and found the same bizarre pattern everywhere. Chapter 2: The Evidence Keeps Growing. In the 1970s, Vera Rubin, an astronomer studying spiral galaxies, made a shocking discovery. She observed that the outer edges of galaxies were spinning just as fast as the inner parts. But according to gravity, that shouldn't happen. The stars on the edges should be moving slower, unless there was extra unseen mass spread throughout the galaxy, keeping everything in place. This was the final proof. Something invisible, something we cannot see but can feel through its gravity, was controlling the universe. Chapter 3: How do we study something we can't see? Okay, so dark matter exists, but how do we study something that doesn't emit light, doesn't reflect, and doesn't interact with anything we know? Scientists use gravitational lensing. Imagine space as a giant fabric. When light travels through it, it moves in a straight line. But if there's a massive object, like a galaxy or even dark matter, it bends the fabric of space, bending the light with it. By studying these warped lights from distant galaxies, scientists can actually map out dark matter. Chapter 4: What is dark matter made of? We know it's there. We know it shapes galaxies, but what is it? There are many theories, but the leading candidate? WIMPs. No, not the weak kind. WIMPs stand for weakly interacting massive particles. They're hypothetical particles that barely interact with anything except through gravity. If WIMPs exist, they could explain why dark matter is invisible, yet has mass. But there's a problem. Despite decades of experiments in underground labs, particle colliders, and space telescopes, we haven't found a single WIMP, which means dark matter could be something else entirely. Chapter 5: Could dark matter unlock new physics? If dark matter isn't made of WIMPs, then what? Some scientists believe it could be a whole new type of particle, maybe even a new force of nature we haven't discovered yet. And here's where things get crazy. If we solve the dark matter puzzle, it could unlock a new era of physics. It could explain black holes, the Big Bang, maybe even give us clues about parallel universes. Because if 95% of our universe is still unknown, who knows what else is hiding out there? The biggest unsolved mystery. For now, dark matter remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in science. We can't see it, we can't touch it, but it's there, holding the universe together. And one day, we just might uncover its secrets. So, what do you think? Is dark matter the key to a whole new understanding of reality? Or are we missing something even bigger? Let's talk in the comments. And if you want more mind-blowing space mysteries, don't forget to subscribe.